I'm here at the Holladay Distillery in Weston, Missouri, which is one of America's oldest operating whiskey distilleries. We're gonna learn how they produce their fantastic Ben Holladay bourbons, and we're gonna choose an exclusive barrel pick with them. But first, let's learn about Ben Holladay.
Weston's been here since the 1830s. It was bigger than Kansas City in the 1830s. The river used to come right up to the bottom of Main Street. The river shifted course in 1850s or so, and Kansas City grew and Weston did not. One of the funny things that I think is funny is that every barrel that left this distillery in the 1800s was a one barrel. They didn't bottle anything here. They shipped out a barrel and they had their own bottles. So
you just dipped it out when you needed some.
Well, you've seen it in the movies. They turn a little spike and fill the bottles back up. That's all this facility did was one barrel bourbons. And I don't know at what point in time they started bottling here, but everything was shipped out in kegs.
Kyle, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
So you make this stuff?
I do.
Okay.
Guess. Yeah.
How long have you been making it?
Coming up on 7 years now. Yeah.
So all the stuff I'm drinking now, you make?
Pretty much.
You've done a good job.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
This is our event space, so we use it for corporate events. We rent it out for dinners. We hold meetings in here. This was completed in 2018, and we have reused our original copper still for the facade of the bar. We also have 3 Rickhouses on the property. The original one was built in 1905. It's now been converted into executive offices. You'll get a chance to see that today. But these tables that you're sitting at are actually made out of original wood from that property. Over here to my left is a new addition. That is our hand bottling line. So in there, the guys are going to be bottling our one barrel picks and our Rickhouse proof versions.
What is smash burgers over here?
Just smashed, especially for you.
Got a whole spread. And this is a fantastic burger. Who made the burgers?
Our team.
So these are all local, like you make them yourself.
We just smashed them in on the barbecue grill.
Lord have mercy. If this is any sign of what the whiskey tasting's gonna be like, this is gonna be a good day. Oh, that's a good old fashioned.
Thank you.
It's almost as good as mine.
I heard online that you were the world's worst bartender.
Oh no, I suck at making it, but the results are usually okay. She just called me out like, she's right though. This is our patron group that's gonna pick the barrels for us. I mean, they even brought all of, like, everybody's got matching shirts on. They just ordered these shirts so they look all nice. This guy over here didn't come in his shirt. They sent him home this morning to make sure it matched. So where'd you come in from?
Omaha.
Omaha. How far is Omaha?
About 2.5 hours north of here.
That's not too bad.
No.
What's your favorite whiskey?
You know, you got me started in Old Forester, bottled and bond.
Oh, okay.
So-
Have you had any Ben Holladay?
Yes.
And that's not your favorite? Like, what? Do you not see? You got to learn how to pander a little bit. We got to pay attention now.
To explore the oldest distillery west of the Mississippi River, still located on its original site. In 1849, a man by the name of Ben Holladay purchased the land. Holladay had already proven himself a man of enterprise, running successful Weston establishments including a tavern, a general store, and a hotel. But it was the limestone springs that would be the source of his new venture, bourbon.
visit the limestone spring. Oh, wow.
That's so pretty.
And this would have been done about mid-1800s. What we're doing here is we are holding water that we've collected. We're diverting water. We have 7 spring box on site. We have thousands of natural springs. We're pulling that water and we're going to store it here, and we're going to use that water for cooking our drinks. What's important about this limestone spring water is that it provides nutrients, micronutrients for the cooking process, the fermentation process, we're going to add in that magnesium and calcium. And limestone is going to remove that iron out of the water that passes through there, so you get a much cleaner spirit and no additional color added. This is a 35-foot cistern. First 15 feet is limestone. This would have all been hand dug and hand laid. Not so much fun back then. And then we have this copper piping that is holding from those boxes as well. Stillhouse, second oldest building on the property, built in 1839. We have 3 mash bills that we're currently working with. This is that Platte Valley corn whiskey. That's 88% corn, 12% malted barley. Our other 2 mash bills that we're currently working with are rye, so that's that Ben Holladay bottled and bond. 73% corn, 15% rye, and 12% malted barley. That's going to give you a little bit more front of the tongue, spice, forward, finish. Wheat, so that's that soft red wheat. So we're replacing the rye with the wheat. It's going to produce a different byproduct during the fermentation process, right? So this is just that 73% corn, 15% soft red wheat, 12% malted barley.
Everything about this is very traditional, open top fermenters. These are 5,000 gallon batch fermentation tanks. We'll send it over after everything's been cleaned and sterilized, and just let it go to town. 3 to 5 days on the fermentation cycle is what we're doing. So we cooked this yesterday. This is the soft red wheat bourbon. At this point, probably about 4 to 5% alcohol. So if you come over here, you can see the difference. So this one is 48 hours. Fermentation is slowed. Over there it was, closer to the 90-degree mark. This one, you don't feel any heat coming off the top of it. It's not bubbling nearly as actively. You go through and try this one if you'd like.
Go for it, Jill. Let me know, Jill. Go ahead.
It's after this point, that's about developing that depth of flavor that we're expecting in the fermentation process. So once it's done fermenting, like I said, we'll mix it up, get all those grains back in suspension, bring it over here into the beer well. We are constantly feeding this column. It's a standard distillation column in that regard. And from there, typical distillation. So steam is driving this column from the bottom, and then sending all your volatile compounds up the top, whereas all the water, the grains, organic acids fall down towards the bottom. It's coming off the still, 120 proof. The liquid comes into this, our doubler. From there we have steam coils on the inside heating it up, and we're exposing that distillate to more copper again and increasing the proof ever so slightly, doubling it up. So it goes from 120, comes in here, vaporizes again, and then comes down into our high wines box at 130 proof. So throughout the day, we'll obviously sample this. Tucker is making sure this comes off at 130 proof. We do QC checks. We make sure everything at this point is identical coming off the still. That is our goal in this building, is consistency and repeatability.
Tasted quite a few white dogs. Most of them are bad. It's almost like a popcorn. You haven't been on one of these where we get the full tour?
No, this has been amazing. Really awesome.
It comes off the still at 130 proof. We'll send it into one of these 3 tanks, and from there we're going to cut down to 118 for our barrel entry. So they go into the barrel, char 3 barrel, again coming out of Lebanon, Missouri. From here, they will go sit in a rickhouse for at least 6 years.
So we have Warehouse A, that was built in 1905. It can hold 200 barrels if we choose to. That's our executive offices. Warehouse B, right behind it, that was built in the 1930s. That has 6 floors. It can hold 10,000 barrels. Currently, we aren't pulling any mature product from that building yet, but we are filling it up. And then Warehouse C over here, that was built in the 1950s. It has 7 floors. It can hold 12,000 barrels. And that is currently where we're pulling all of our mature product from. So with the federally bonded warehouse, we don't have to pay taxes on the product until we have pulled it out for sale. So everything has to be regulated. So we need to know, like if the TTD came by and said, hey, where is barrel 3062? We need to have records and be able to take them directly to that barrel. They want to make sure that they get their taxes for every drop of alcohol on the property. So we'll talk about a couple of things in here. Obviously, we are familiar with Angel's Share. We evaporate ethanol. That ethanol travels up into the atmosphere. At some point it has to come back down though, and it is going to react with moisture and dust particles, and it's going to create a non-toxic fungus that I cannot pronounce. It starts with a B, but we'll just call it angel share. That is what covers the tree lines, the barrels. We have to pressure wash around here every so often to kind of combat that. That's how they would catch bootleggers during Prohibition. They could see that tree line, it was covered in that angel share. Now, I think every floor in this building is mature enough, except the 7th floor. One thing that Kyle didn't talk about in the Stone House was how to read a barrel head. Is everybody familiar with how to do that? We have a rated capacity of 53 wine gallons. We're making bourbon whiskey. We are a McClure Distilling Company, and we are the 5th distilled spirits producer in Missouri, which is a big deal. And I don't know if they've talked to you guys about that or not. If you wanted to open up your own distillery today, you would be in the 20,000s. Here we have our lot number, so that is going to tell you exactly when this barrel was filled. So it was filled in 2022. July, we use that Alpha calendar, and then it was filled on the 30th day of the month. Down here, we're cool. It's moist, so your proof is going to tend to go down. And then barrels that rest on the 5th, 6th, 7th floor, it's very hot and dry up there.
What's the highest proof
That we've seen come out?
Of course, the proof queen's gonna ask that, right? Yeah.
I will say 122 without knowing for sure. You take a look back and you see you've got to go 28 down, right? But we want the bung to be on top every time because we don't want to have any pressure on that, because pressure can cause leakage and product loss. They have to figure out where to place that bung. So that first barrel that they roll all the way down, bung is up. So that first barrel, the bung needs to be facing right here. Barrel 2, the bung needs to be facing in this position. You roll that down. Barrel 3, right here. 4 here. Everybody get it? Yeah. So you get 8 barrels there, and then you start over at 1.
Did you say how many barrels this warehouse holds?
This one holds 12,000.
We need a couple hundred of them for that first Brewzle release we're working on.
We get our barrels from Lebanon, Missouri, Independent Stave Company. We do a char level 3. This is an example of that. And then here is an example of that, what they call that devil's cut, where the bourbon has swelled into the wood there.
So what are we starting with?
We have the setup for you, 5 different samples from the Rickhouse you just came from of the Holladay Soft Red Wheat mash bill.
So what we're going to do is we have 5 samples. You are going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in any particular order. Your number 1 is your favorite.
These are cool pens.
Are these made with real barrels?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
What are you thinking, Jill, about number 1?
I love number 1.
If that's the worst one, we're great.
Yeah.
Anybody on number 3 yet? Okay, I just want to make sure.
I have to say, TJ does a nice piece of sampling there. I've never seen anyone with empty glasses like that before.
Oh, those, and I'm not done yet. I went through just it's deliciousness.
It is.
It reminds you of our wedding day. Just pure awesomeness.
That was 25 years ago. I have no clue.
Have you got any sort of note? Like, you didn't write anything down? Is it all in your head, or you just here for the fun of it?
Got it all in my head.
Okay. You did put down numbers, and your numbers don't look like my numbers. So you've ranked them.
I've already ranked them.
Interesting.
Okay,
What I do find is how different everybody's rankings are from mine. So apparently I'm either right or y'all are.
No.
One of those two.
You're more experienced than I am.
Well, so I'm looking for something a little different with this. So there's a couple of them to me have a little more of that wheated funkiness that you're going to get on a wheater.
Yeah.
Which you may want that. Like if you're looking for a traditional wheater, there's a couple of them have a little more oakiness to them, and I just found the oakiness a little more interesting today.
Yeah.
So what are you leaning toward here? What are you looking at?
You guys got the greatest job in the world. You drink bourbon all day long and get paid.
Why do you like one so much? Why do you like that one so much?
On the nose, high proof, and I like that. And it actually, on the palate, it tastes as good as it smells.
Yeah.
So that's my pick.
This is going to come down to the wire. It's going to be super interesting, and they're not going to pick the one I like the most. That's just what I can tell you. We're going to find the top 2, and then we're going to see who was wrong, who picked one, and then change their vote on the second one. We're going to rule out the amateurs right here. That's what we're going to do. Oh, it's probably going to happen to me. Like, I'll be honest, it's probably going to be me. So
Everybody wins in this game.
All these are delicious. Like they're just all really good.
give me your order.
3, 4, 5, 1, 2.
2, 5, 3, 4, and 1.
5, 4, 3, 2.
That guy just liked them better as he got drunker. The drunker he got, he's like, this is better than the last one.
3, 1, 2, 5, 4.
5, 2, 4, 3, 1.
3, 4, 2, 5.
Oh, whoa, it's Jesus Christ. Number one, what is that?
3, 4, 2, 5, 1.
And what we're going to do is we're going to add these up, and we're just going to take the ones with the lowest points instead of doing math after we drank a bunch of whiskey. There's a landslide leader. Number 5 is the leader by far.
Do you see the hearts on 5?
I saw the hearts on 5, Jill. Don't bring your wives on these bottle picks.
Everybody loves me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Including me. Doesn't mean you're not irritated.
I'm not
Because you're always right. This is supposed to be about me, Jill.
It's not.
It's not about me. And what did you have as number 1?
Me?
Yeah.
Number 2.
Number 2. 2 was good, but it was tied for
They were
last.
all good. They were all
It
good.
happens.
It happens.
I had number 4 first. I thought 5 had a little more oak, so I thought 4 was like that perfect balance, like enough oakiness to kind of tame down some of that weeded funk that you get on these weeders, but not too much. So we're gonna get 3, 4, 5 in a new order, and then the winner wins. That's it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3 from your left. 1, 2, 3. And so what's funny though is after you've drank like through 5 of them, you go back to them and they're different.
Just called evolving.
You're maturing.
There you go.
Yes. I feel like B has a little more proof to it.
The first ones of these we did, we gave everybody little cards underneath the rail here that told them what it was.
Oh no, don't do that.
And all that. No, and we backed off that because they were cheeky. They were going down to try and find the highest proof and whatever.
When you're doing barrel picks, especially if you're a liquor store, marketing matters. So like everybody wants a tier 6 Four Roses. Tier 6 is not always the best Four Roses, but you want a tier 6 because that's highest in the Rickhouse. It's easy to market. So when they have the cards, they get to cheat. Did somebody steal my pen? Did you steal my pen? Did I accidentally put it in my pocket? No, I did. I stole the pen. Damn it. I stole my whole pen. All right, so C1. In the first lineup, what was C?
Call it, Jill.
It was 5? What was your favorite?
1.
5. Nobody likes you.
Jill said it was 5, and it was 5.
Jill won it.
What was number 3?
Jill's always right. Just gloat. Go ahead, gloat.
Well,
Honestly, it should say
Absolutely.
Jill's pick right here. That's what I would do. Just saying, I would print it.
This is going to be the proof queen pick.
What's the brief on that one, Kyle? 120.
So that one, simplified,
No,
was
sorry,
119.5.
What do you got to say for yourself?
I am the queen.
I'm okay with myself.
Nobody likes Jill. Let's go on to this next barrel pick. While they're setting up the next barrel pick at a completely different location, we're going to go to the cave. We got a whole nother barrel to pick.
It is good.
It's just a lot of fun.
I'm telling them, these guys don't know cave. I'm a gold miner from Nevada.
Okay, this is going to be an amateur cave for
This is
you.
an amateur cave.
Yes.
This is all 6-year-old Ben Holladay bourbon from the first floor of Rickhouse C, and then put them into 13 different barrels. Working with Independent Stave in Lebanon, Missouri, they make a ton of different options, different barrels, different wood, going through different seasoning, toast, a couple that are smoked barrels before they build them into barrels, and so just playing around with what happens to that bourbon once we have that double oak process.
All of them still qualify as bourbon, which is interesting because it's all still first used oak barrels.
Just naturally, did we end up in the same order? Is that what happened? Like everybody just got in the exact same order? These are just cattle being led to slaughter at this point. There's no variation. All right, so now y'all are veterans, right? I expect y'all to know exactly what we're doing and to get it all right.
These ones are a little bit older than the weeded. So the one up there was 6 years and change. These ones are The youngest, I think, is 6 years, 8 months, up to there's several that are 7 or will be 7 by the time we bottle.
If you can find that one
Jill knows what's up.
Oh, that buys a lot of Starbucks mugs, Jill.
I'll put 40 in that one. So
He's gonna throw 40 in too.
So I just have to pick out the highest proof.
Tell them what the highest proof is, yes. It's a nice change of pace after the Weeders. I like Weeders, but the Holladays definitely have a little kind of burnt sugar on the end of them for me, for sure. Which I like, it's different.
if I'm in California and I want to, because I'm gonna tell a lot of buddies about this.
Yeah, so Steelbox, they brought in both the Ben Holladay and the Holladay Soft Red within the last 3 weeks.
Which states do you distribute to?
Right now, major focus is Midwest. You know, there's a handful of states, you know, kind of out there that we've trickled a little bit, but you know, we're going to try to keep, you know, as much of our focus, you know, here in the states that you know, are manageable for us.
Oh, we dropping some dollars. Look at that, Jim. Where are we at? I don't even know this. 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. You're at $200 to pick the highest proof.
You got $100 if you pick the one Kyle picked.
Look at that.
So, Jill, this is almost enough money for me to like support you for a day. Like, this is almost what I spend on you in a day. For $200, it's the highest proof.
Okay, $200.
And then for another $100, you got to get the same thing that the master distiller picked as your favorite.
There you go.
And then I have to rank them.
Number 5 has one. It's number 1 for everybody. It is consensus so far, except for Jill's. Everybody here says 3, except for Mexican Marc and Jill.
Mexican Marc, what is it?
You said 2.
Said 2.
Jill said 4.
You're all.
1 is the highest proof.
That's why I didn't like
We're all idiots.
This money all goes to the
You
house.
literally put it.
What did I put?
What did you rank them?
I put 1 highest proof.
Yeah, she literally did write it down.
I wrote it down.
But she didn't say it,
But I
so
didn't say it.
doesn't count. So if y'all see, she wrote down highest proof right there on number
I wrote down
1.
1 highest proof.
So why did you question yourself?
We don't question yourself. There you go.
Okay, next challenge. The $100 challenge.
Which one is
Can
Kyle's
you
favorite?
match Kyle's favorite? You've done it once already today.
Number 5.
Wow!
Is that your pick?
It is not.
What was your number 1 pick?
How much you weigh?
3.
Number 3.
The first one is Proof Queen. Number 1 pick, Proof Queen. This one, Jill's fault. So we've been on a lot of barrel picks so far. There are aspects of each we really like. But overall, top to bottom, Ben Holladay has been the best one.
TJ, thank you so much for recognizing our superiority. I appreciate that.
I just wanted to give a big thank you to everyone at Ben Holladay for showing us around and allowing us to pick 2 absolutely amazing barrels. These barrels should be available during our next drop, which you can learn more about by joining the Brewzle Club. The Brewzle Club is our paid membership club with a free tier that gives you access to exclusive product releases, tasting videos, live streams, and events we have coming up in the near future. You can learn more at Brewzle.com, and there's a link in the description. I appreciate all you watching, and we'll see you next time.